The Power Brokers event is almost here in Marvel Strike Force. Are these milestones a great bargain or just another grindy event? We got Avengers Tower coming back, and it's time to dig into the mailbag for the special Tuesday edition of the Monday mailbag. So if you're ready for all of that stuff, guys, you know what to do. Find that like button. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Happy 2023 Valley Club. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I hope 2023 is going to be a great year for you, but I do want to welcome you back to the ValleyFlyin channel. And if this is your first time here, we talk about Marvel Strike Force on this channel, and we do this Monday mailbag every single week. Sometimes it's a day delayed like it is today for the holidays, but usually they take place on Mondays. And if you want more great question and answers, mailbag videos, news, all of the stuff relating to Marvel Strike Force, hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, hit all that stuff so you know as soon as a new video goes up. And if you want to help this video and you want to help the channel, give it a thumbs up if this video does help you or it does provide you with some entertainment. But let's talk about these milestones that's going live tomorrow. Now, we did get this blog on Friday, but it was missing some key information. We know that the Power Broker bargain is starting tomorrow on January 4th, but when we went down to this Power Broker's bargain, a lot of this information, all this stuff in orange was missing from the blog post on Friday, but we do have the complete information here, and it looks like we are getting Justice medals. Looks like there's 30,000 of these Justice medals in this milestone here, and for that, we're gonna need to do some Cosmic Crucible battles. We're gonna need to spend some gold for these main milestones. Now, how many do you have to do? Well, if you're winning all your Crucible matches, you can get all the way down to this Convincer here and these last few Justice medals. You're gonna need a little over 40 million points for those final pieces of Justice medal. If you just want that Convincer for those 50,000 points towards a Super Soldier milestone, then you can stop pretty much at milestone 15. That should give you all the Convincer. But if you want these last 10,000 Justice medals, we're gonna need to get down to milestone 19, which is a little over 40,000. Now, if you're winning all 6 of your Crucible battles, which I would recommend going full offense, not for today's Crucible, not for the one that's starting in just a little bit, but for day 3 of these Crucibles, and then for day 1 and 2 of next week's Crucible battles. So it's interesting, it's weird that they're splitting it over two Crucible matchups, but yes, you're gonna need to win 1 in this week's match and then 2 in next week's for all of these milestones. So if you're getting 6 wins per Crucible battle, that should give you, and you're doing those 3 battles per 3 times in this event, that should give you 36 million points, because each Crucible battle here is worth, or each Crucible win here is worth 2 million points. If you're winning all of those, all 18 of those battles, that should give you 36 million points. Now, if you're winning maybe 5 matches per Crucible war, well, that'll give you 30 million points. That should give you more than enough for this Convincer over at milestone 15. But if you want all of that, well, those 36 million points, you're gonna be just 4.1 million points short of getting all of these Justice medals. And for that, you're gonna need to spend gold. For the remaining amount of points that you need for this, not the Crucible battles, you're gonna need to spend some gold. And you're not gonna need to spend a lot of gold if you're doing a lot of these Crucible wins, and if you just want these Justice medals. If you want some of these more later milestones, then you're probably gonna have to spend a lot of gold, a crazy amount of gold, and winning all your Crucible battles. But 4.1 is the deficit here to get all of these 19 first milestones. And if you're doing all of your Crucible battles, and let's say you want every single one of these milestones, well, you're gonna need to have an 84 million point deficit for all that, which is 84 million gold spent over 7 days. So that could be a lot of gold spent. Now, if you're just winning 5 matches per Crucible battle there, that should give you 30 million points over the course of 3 Crucible battles. And that will still leave you with about a little over a 10 million point deficit that you'll need to cover to get all the Justice medals. But if you're spending a little over 1 million gold every day, if you're spending almost 2 million gold every day, that should give you about 14 million points towards this event. So there's a few ways you could do this. You could win all of your Crucible battles, not spend as much gold. You could spend more gold, not focusing as much on Crucible. I kind of like that they give you a few options to win. You could spend a lot of gold or win your Crucible battles. And if you want all the stuff, you're going to need to win all your Crucible battles and spend a crap load of gold. But if you just want these Justice medals, then shouldn't be that bad. Now, nothing has changed on these war battles here. This is the milestones on the web that you're going to have to battle for as well. Winning war battles, well, if you're doing 12 attacks per war, and you just have to play a war battle. You don't have to win these like you do with Crucible. But if you play a war battle, you do 12 attacks, that is 18,000 points, and that is not using any of these underworld characters here as well. And my alliance were pretty casual in war, and all we require is those 12 attacks. So if you're just doing those 12 attacks, that should get you these 18,000 points. And then if you're using some of these underworld characters, or if you're doing an extra attack per war, that should get you these final milestones. So you should get a bunch of Justice medals and a bunch of gear and stuff for these solo milestones here. But that is these milestones that are coming up, guys. So change your Crucible strategy, change your Crucible to offense. Make sure you're saving gold, because you're gonna have to spend gold for this power broker milestone. And it shouldn't be that crazy, even if you're not taking your underworld off of war defense to get all of these War Inc. web milestones. Let's talk about the upcoming mode that's going on in just a few minutes from me recording this. It's probably gonna be live once we're in, once this video is released. But we had tower mode coming back. Now, I didn't do anything since the last time for tower mode, and I don't think, as far as my save squad, changing teams around, still using my old blitz teams here. Let me know what you guys did for tower mode, though. Usually day 1 takes a long time, day 2 takes a long time as well, trying to climb as many ranks as possible, being as efficient as possible. And then after that, those last few days are pretty fun to try to climb as much as possible in those last few days and not losing any battles. So good luck with your tower battles. The good thing about this, I think, is a lot of fun, but if you don't want to go super hard on this, the rewards, at least the rewards of the past few tower modes, haven't been that crazy. So if you are skipping this, you don't think it's as fun as I do, well, it's not that required that you need to do all this stuff and get all the rewards. I guess that's one good thing about the rewards not being as great, because if the rewards were awesome, everybody need to do it whether you have time or not. But those are the things that's coming up in the game. Tower mode today, we have the hard nodes of villains chapters coming, so you can start to farm some more of these unfarmable characters and some more of those training mats. So that's all good stuff there. Let's go to the questions, guys, because it is Mailbag Monday on Tuesday. Let's get to your questions. My guy, what is up, brother? Main event Mafia, let's go 19 for 19. Let's do it, brother. So to get it right, I had to do a 9 days, so let's get it right. I had a 7-day streak. MSF not giving me my daily login streak rewards. Had to contact customer support every time, where they end up giving me Alliance Store credits every day. Have you had that problem or know of this problem? Second question. All right, so as far as that problem, I've not had that problem, but every time I've been logging in, ever since the last update, I always see my daily rewards. And if we go into the game right now, this is what pops up all the time, and it says something about this streak. I only claim this the first time it pops up, not every subsequent time that it pops up. So you only get to claim these once, because even if you don't click collect, it's automatically added to your rewards. But I've had this pop up and the daily streak pop up, but it hasn't reset or anything like that. And I think it's just been an annoying visual bug. So hopefully the customer service makes you whole and doesn't keep not having you that daily login streak, because that saves a lot of time. So hopefully they can make you whole, give you all those rewards, and figure out what's going on with that, because yeah, that should be corrected. Second question, wanted to know what to do with Drew. Why not have him do an orb opening on a top 10 video? I like it, my brother, because Drew's been getting very lonely and getting very bored. He used to be on this channel all the time with all the rumors that he had, but since the rumors have dried up, we're wondering what to do with them. And you guys have given me a lot of great ideas, so Drew should be coming back in 2023. Maybe not as a rumor guy, but as maybe an orb opening guy like you suggest, or maybe something else. But maybe his luck is different. It can't be worse than mine, right? What do you think? Might be better than Nose 3. It probably is going to be better than Nose 3. So yeah, I like that idea. Maybe for orb opening, we'll get Drew on, but Drew will definitely return in 2023. We got some good ideas thanks to you guys. All right, Valley, noticing my 5 Red Star Cloak and even 6 Red Star Death Pool are tad squishy and Doom 3.3. Even though they're both at gear 16, level 90. I was wondering what you're using in Mystic section and skill section nowadays, and do you think Cloak can be taken to 6 reds? All right, so yeah, they Cloak Dagger, they don't work as well in Doom 3.3 anymore. They did for a while, and they probably will still be okay in Doom 3.3 once we get another Doom raid. And I think with the introduction of this Rebirth team, a lot of people are suspecting that we're getting a Doom 3.4 sometime in mid to early 2023. Maybe not, but that's what we're wondering here. As far as Cloak and Dagger, yeah, I haven't used them in the Mystic raids for a while. What I'm using nowadays is the 2 Eternals. We got Morgan Le Fay, we got Dormammu, and then we got Deathpool. That's my main 5. Sometimes I sub in some other characters like Weaver or Doom or Adam Warlock or Silver Surfer or something like that, or even the New Warriors, the full New Warriors sometimes, just depending on what I want to do. Or full Darkhold, almost the full Darkhold works in there as well. So you got a lot of options in Mystic. I don't think that the New Warriors are the best option though, but that's what I'm using. And as far as skill, my main team is the Secret Avengers with Kestrel and Nick and Shang-Chi. That's my main team. But on that second note, I can't one-shot that. So I go in and try to kill Morbius. And for that, I bring in Red Guardian, Yelena, Gamora, Moondragon, and Zemo. And that's a team that I go into that second skill note to try to take out Morbius. Once Morbius is down, then I could go back and run my main team. And then that main team smashes the boss node as well. But the second note is where I need to bring in a sacrifice team to take out that Morbius. And once that Morbius is down, then that skill doesn't do anything more. Do you think Cloak should be taken to 6 reds? I don't think so. I think he's a team of the past. They're kind of like the Secret Avengers. They're okay for right now, but I think they're gonna be replaced before we get the next raid, so or sometimes soon after we get the next raid. So I don't think it's worth investing in Cloak nowadays, especially if he's not cutting it. Putting more investment won't make him cut it a little more. He's kind of an outdated character. Hey Valley, hope you're having a wonderful holidays. I just returned to game after a few years of hiatus, wondering what are the best teams to invest in and put ISO 8 in. All right, so the best teams right now are your Horseman teams. So you got your Darkhold, you got your Unlimited X-Men, you got your Gamma team, and the new Death Seed team. Those are going to be your main teams because the main grand prize right now is Apocalypse. Now, if there's some campaign nodes that you haven't beaten, that should also be a priority. I think beating the campaign so you could farm all those things on the daily is very, very important. If you're not cutting it in arena, I think go back and doing an arena team. And I think a lot of the stronger teams nowadays are going to be some kind of Horseman hybrid team with Weaver in there, because Weaver works very well. Hela, I also have it in my arena team there. So you got a bunch of hybrids that you could do for the arena, but I think Rogue and Red Hulk are going to be in there somewhere. As far as, and that's what I would invest in right now. That's what I would put the ISO 8 in. Like I said, if you haven't done the campaigns, especially some of the newer, harder campaigns, focus on teams that could beat the campaigns for you. Make sure you have a strong arena team that you could place pretty decently on a daily basis. And then I would focus on what I think your question is alluding to, which is your raid teams. Now for mutants, the best team is going to be the Death Seed team. If you don't have all the Death Seed members, you kind of use Axemen now as a replacement until you get the full Death Seed team. But if you are using Axemen as a replacement, just realize that they are going to be a replacement. And as soon as you have that full Death Seed team, you probably aren't going to use those Axemen too much anymore. But Death Seed and Axemen are the way to go for mutants. Bio section, the best bios team upcoming is going to be the Rebirth. They're not technically all in the game yet. So right now, the best bio team, my opinion, is probably the Web Warriors, although some people would probably argue that Gamma is a better team there. But we got Gamma, we got Web Warriors that way you could use right now. The Rebirth, once they are all here, will probably be the best raid team. Although with the current raid, I don't know if we need them right now. But if you don't already have a too big investment in the Web Warriors, don't have a large investment in Gamma, you might want to go Rebirth right away. But that is going to be the team of the future for, like I said in a previous question, what a lot of people are suspecting for the next Doom raid. The Rebirth team should be the solution for that. The Mystic team, we talked about that. in the previous question, but Mystic team that I'm using right now is Eternals. So Icarus, Cersei, MILF, so Morgan Le Fay. We got Dormammu in there. And then normally I'm taking Deathpool, but sometimes I bring in Spider Weaver, sometimes I bring in Doom, but it's normally those four and then some other fifth there as far as the best Mystic team. The best tech section, hands down, is gonna, or the best team for the tech section is going to be the Bionic Avengers. They're a newer team, so they're very, very good. And skill, we talked about who I'm using in skill. It's kind of the best by default, but it's the Secret Avengers. So Captain Sam, Maria Hill, Sharon Carter, Kestrel, and then Shang-Chi. I think that's the best skill that we have right now. That's kind of the best by default because I don't think we have a full solid skill team that could fully auto in the Doom 3 and even Doom 4 when that comes up. So that's what I'm using right now. Hopefully that helps you, give you some clarity on who you should focus on building. But in my opinion, I would make sure you have campaign settled so you can farm. Maybe some of these other events that reoccur like block parties, so you're having your city characters, your Wakandans for Chaos Theory when that returns, and some of these other teams for these events. And then make sure you have a solid arena team. Make sure you can do the raids. And then after that point, then I would start to build some Crucible teams or some war teams. And you probably at that point will have some teams that you could use already. Is Archangel, the community manager, not the character, gonna fully take over the mantle from Nick and bring back Strike Time? I have to admit that there was one of the more entertaining and personable things that the studio created, the character spotlights, plus it extends a little more human face time to a setting of almost constant mistakes and money grabs by Boundless. Am I alone here wishing it would come back? No, you're not. I wish it would come back as well. Now, I don't see Archangel doing that. So if it would come back, my guess would be that Cerebro would be the one to bring that back and would be the one to star and all that stuff. But I could be wrong. I've never seen Archangel on camera. Maybe he's awesome on camera. Maybe he has a passion for that. He wants to do that and just hasn't enough time yet. But the way I see those guys, I see Cerebro still doing that, but I would love it if Archangel still did that, or if anybody brought that back, because I think Cerebro moved on to a different position at this point, but I would love if they brought that back, whether it be Cerebro or anybody else doing that. I do like that it gave a face to these devs. All right, hey Valley, love your content. My first question, oh, what is up, brother? Sora Nix, Hulk face bumped for you. Thank you for leaving your first question, my brother. All right, haven't changed the time frame from clearing DD4 15 times. All right, so that border around your avatar in game. Yeah, I wish we could bring back some of the older ones, because yeah, you haven't changed it from DD4 because I guess you think it looks nicer than DD5, and I bet there's some older of these Dark Dimension borders that people like as well. Wouldn't it be a good idea to be able to change the frame back to the frame we obtained in the past? It feels like my 15 DD4 clears go to waste. And if you're not sure what he's talking about, guys, as you clear these different types in Dark Dimensions, you get these different borders here. So if you clear Dark Dimension 5 3 times, you get this border here. You get a cool green border here for Dark Dimension 4. You have this other border here for Dark Dimension 2. So you got a bunch of different borders here that you could have, but it would be cool if you could go back and choose either orange one, the green one, or the purple one. I do like I don't know. It does feel like a waste. I like it. I like that idea. They should do that. I have no criticism of that. This is a good idea. All right, hey Valley, quick question. How do you counter a boosted 1 million power Dorm hold on Bridge in War? All right, so I'm not the War expert, so I don't know if Bridge matters too much, but normally when I see a Dorm hold on War defense, especially a big one like that, I have no problems using my Gamma team, because, you know, a lot of times in War, we try to match up the teams that we have, you know, so if I have a large Gamma team, I don't want to waste that on a tiny Dorm hold team. But yeah, overkill is underrated, guys. That's one of the biggest things in War, but it still feels bad when you're overkilling something that big. So the Gamma team takes out Dorm hold. The other thing that I used to use in War and taking out Dorm hold was a 2-tap. So you could do something like maybe a last minute Zemo to get the health down on Dormammu so that he doesn't have those revive once on the rest of the Dorm hold. or you could use someone like Phoenix at the last minute, something last minute to bring down the health of Dormammu so that when the battle comes up again for that 2-tap, you don't have those revive once. So something to bring Dormammu down on that first turn. And if you could eat up some of those, that Wong ultimate or some of the Morgan Le Fay ultimates, or even that Doctor Strange ultimate, that would be very, very good. And then come in, Weapon X works very good in that second tap. There's probably a lot of other teams that still work very well. I've heard that the Wakandans, the War Dogs can work very well with punch-ups, but I haven't done that firsthand or seen screenshots. If there's any other teams that you guys are using to beat those dorm holes and the bridge in War, whether it be 1 shot or 2 shots, let me know down in the comments. But those are what I would use, my brother. All right, ValleyFlyin, do you think that we might be getting a skill raid team soon? Because every day that boss note gives me trouble. If Shang goes before Sam, they are both the same speed. I try to have Strife taunt and have Sam give them speed bars. Shang let everyone kill, but Shang goes before Sam, doesn't kill Doom. I have to double tap. I would like to see maybe Mockingbird and maybe Hawkeye added to the team, since they most likely have other Secret Avengers on another team. Yeah, so there was a rumor that we'd get more Secret Avengers last year. And Hawkeye was a rumored, Mockingbird. There was a bunch of rumored characters. The West Coast Avengers. I thought that would be really, really cool. So maybe that was just something that they had that they're holding on to, and then we'll get West Coast Avengers for skill this year. But yeah, as far as will we be getting one soon? Soon is a relative term, so I don't know if we'll be getting one soon. I do feel we're gonna get a new one in 2023 though, and I do feel there's a new raid coming in 2023. So I'm feeling sometime shortly after that raid goes live, because, you know, Scopely doesn't like to give us solutions for problems before they go live. They like to give it afterwards. So I feel after sometimes we'll get a new skill team, or if we're really lucky and Scopely's feeling generous, maybe we'll get it before the new raid comes out. But yes, you need some good RNG for skill. If you have bad RNG, it still is tough. But and it sounds like you're talking about the boss note with Sam and Doom and all that stuff. So hopefully we get the new team, making it a little easier, making these raids a little less painful. All right, hey Valley, do you think with Magneto being part of Death Seed, it's better to do the 4 Horsemen plus Magneto for Dark Dimension Legendary nodes? Yeah, the only problem with Magneto, he's an expensive character. I think he takes 90 of those mini uniques. But as far as investment and investing in these characters once, that's probably the most beneficial, because you're going to need to invest in a Magneto anyway if you want to get your Apocalypse. You're going to need to invest in those Horsemen anyway if you want that Apocalypse. So invest in these characters that you're already going to need to build up, and I think that's the best use of materials, the most efficient use of materials. That way you don't have to build up these characters twice. There may be some teams that clear through the Dark Dimension 5 a little quicker, but I think this is the best way to go as far as your resources there. Hey Valley, I'm kind of mad at Scully about the new calendar to give us more training mats instead of gold and silver promos. Why did they do such a thing? I think they did it because they think they were doing a nice thing. I don't think they usually do things that just anger the community unless they think they're going to make a lot of money. So this is what the new calendar looks like now. Lots of training mats, not a lot of gold, lots of training modules here as well. A lot of training orb fragments here. So for me, I actually like this. I'm one of those people that's been showrun training mats and has a lot of gold. I know about half the community is in the same place that I'm in that has a lot of gold, not a lot of training mats. The other half is going to be that other section that has a lot of training mats and not a lot of gold. So for half the community, I bet they're happy. For the other half, I bet they're not happy. And what is the best thing to make everybody happy? They should have included training mats and gold in this, but they just went with the training mat. So hopefully they make it so everybody enjoys it next time. All right. Question about Crucible. In room 5, there was a Gamma team. Is there anything in the kits or a bonus room that I'm not seeing where I used Doom Ultimate and my Omega Red did not get his turn after 3 Doom turns? I backed out of the fight, did nothing. Just want to know if I'm missing anything. So in Doom's kit, there's actually nothing that would suggest that that was how that matchup should have been played. If we go to Doom's kit right here, and we see his ultimate, we see that the speed bar should have been filled for himself and the ally with the highest damage. So if he's not filling Omega Red, I hope he's filling another character, at least someone the character that has the highest damage, because if he's not, that would be bad and broken. So if we look in the rooms here itself, we see that in room 5, if we go here, On turn, bio characters apply offense down. Hero mutants do extra damage. Hero mutants clear revive once. Nothing about speed bar and defending characters gaining 20% health and damage. So nothing about speed bar reduction or anything like that. It should work. The only thing that I would say is maybe it's not Omega Red getting those extra turns. It's the character with the highest damage. So unless there's someone with more damage and they're getting the turns instead of Omega Red, then that would make sense. If nobody's getting it though, that's a weird bug. And I would record footage and send that into customer service because that's a bug that should not be happening. Kia Ora, what's up, brother? Greetings from a happy smashing New Year's to you. Greetings and season greetings to the entire Valley Maniacs from New Zealand. Thank you, my brother. All right, just a thought. Wouldn't mind your opinion as well. Claim my 620-day login achievement. Completed Dark Dimension 4. Currently doing Dark Dimension 5. However, needing one more city character to be able to city node. Back to my thoughts and your opinion. Would the devs be able to release the rewards back to the community upon completing again, of course, each Dark Dimension 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Say at a release of every new patch, or if not that, maybe giving Dark Dimension 1 attributes to a CC Room 3 or Dark Dimension 2 for Cosmic Crucible Room 2, etc. Thanks for reading my piece of my thought, and nothing but a peace message to all of you and your blessed loved ones for 2023 and more, Brother Valley. Hope you have a smashing 23, because you know why? Because let's go smash it. That's why. And all those well wishes, that's extended to the rest of you guys at Valley Club. Now, as far as bringing Dark Dimension back, this has been something that the community's wanted for a while, and I think their answer to that was bringing Pocket Dimension. I think that's what Pocket Dimension was supposed to be when they brought that back. Unfortunately, they only brought that back, I think it was only 3 times last year, so hopefully we get that more. But I think it's more the rewards that people want rather than to do those pocket dimensions or those dark dimensions again. And if they did something with rewards, I think they feel that they could break the game and giving those rewards too much, and then people wouldn't buy stuff. That's what I feel would be the argument for them against it. Obviously, all of the players would love it. More resources. I know it'd make me, having a little more fun with the game, especially if I could bring up some other characters. Although with the rewards, Dark Dimension 1, 2, 3, 4, probably not that great of rewards now looking back. Back at the time, back when we initially did them, there were awesome rewards, but I would say the only one that would be worth doing at this point would be Dark Dimension 5. But this is an interesting idea, combining some DD1 or DD2 with some Crucible Room attributes. I kind of like that. Now, just giving the Dark Dimension 1 attributes, I'm not sure what that would do to Crucible Room number 3 or Dark Dimension 2, Crucible Room 3, 4, because for those to enter those, you need a certain gear tier, right? So I'm not sure what the exact plan for that would be, but I kind of like where your head is going with this. I like them combining some Dark Dimension or some other like tags or some other things with Cosmic Crucible, just to give some more fun, give some more variety, give some more challenges and different puzzles that we got to solve. I think that's one of the most fun things in these mobile games is when there's a puzzle, when it's challenging, you can't solve it, and then you use your brain to solve it. I think that's the most fun thing to do. All right, but that is it for the questions. Let me know your thoughts on how you would introduce more Dark Dimensions. I know there's a lot of people that wanted it replayed. How would you introduce that? What are you doing against the Dormhold in Bridge in War? And let me know how hard you're gonna go on these power broker milestones, guys. That is it for this video. Thank you to everybody that left a question for this Monday mailbag. If you're not if you're not already a member of the Discord, check out the link down below. You can join the Discord, join the community, and you can leave your question for one of these future mailbag videos. Thank you guys again. Hopefully your 2023 is an awesome one. Hopefully it's been great so far. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Check me out on social media. If you want to support the channel, check out some of my other videos and check out some of the sponsors down below, guys. We've got some really good sponsors that could really help you out. BlueStacks is my emulator of choice. Amazon Coins helps save me some money on my purchases. TeePublic is an awesome place to get some cool merch, and there's a lot more down there, guys. So have a great one. Give me that Hulk fist bump before you go. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a great 2023. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.